A total population of 1.39 billion people, the seventh largest country in the world, and yet an insignificant presence in the world footballing map. Hello and welcome to the Football Parliament. हमारे 80% of viewers are Indian, and yet I find it rather astonishing that from day one हमने इस चैनल पे सिर्फ और सिर्फ यूरोपियन फुटबॉल की बात की है. This had to change, and thus today I present to you all the first Indian football segment on the Football Parliament. This is going to be a weekly segment. मतलब week में once I'm going to be uploading a video related to Indian football. This could be about the ISL, some updates on the Indian national team, something related to the history of Indian football, or any specific thing that you'd like me to cover. You can drop it down in the comments. I'll do my research, I'll let you know whatever I know about it, and make sure that there's the best quality of Indian football content for you all. Starting off for today, we are going to be having a look at 5 players who've applied their trade not in India but overseas. When an Indian fan starts watching football, the first thing that he wonders is that why aren't there Indian players at the top level of football, the top level of European football? Premier League देखो, La Liga देखो, there's a clear absence of Indian players. इसका एक single simple जवाब तो है नहीं. There can be a multiple of reasons, from ranging from work permit issues to you could say simply the quality of players right from the grassroots levels, to some people believe discrimination against Indian players or lack of good quality scouting in India. But the 5 players that I'm going to be listing today have defied all the odds, have overcome all the problems, and have made their names in abroad in European football. Starting off with the list is the oldest one of them. It's Mohammed Salim. Now, Indian football fans don't know a lot about Mohammed Salim, and the reason could be because of the time when he played. Salim was born in 1903, so matlab this was actually the pre-independence era. And the move that we are going to be talking about today is when Salim played for Celtic FC in 1936. एक छोटी सी स्टोरी बताऊंगा. Salim, along with his brother, went to Celtic, went to Scotland, one of the powerhouses of British football, and the manager of Celtic FC ने Salim को 2 गेम का ट्रायल दिया, an opportunity to prove himself. Those were 2 friendly games against Galston FC and Hamilton A. ये 2 गेम्स में सलीम ने 1 गोल और 3 असिस्ट किए. Salim का close control, his dribbling, his skills and overall gameplay left Scotland का crowd and Celtic का manager completely impressed. So much that वो manager ने Salim को एक contract offer किया for the upcoming season of the Scottish Premier League. However, this is when Salim started feeling homesick. उसको अपने homeland की, उस अपनी family की याद आने लग गई, and he turned down the offer. There are reports जो बोलते हैं कि सलीम ने सिर्फ सेल्टिक का ही नहीं बल्कि यूरोप के और भी बड़े बड़े क्लब्स का इसी रीज़न की वजह से ऑफर डिक्लाइन किया है. Nevertheless, he did leave a big mark in the history of Indian football. मतलब going to Scotland, playing for a club like Celtic and impressing is not a small thing. There's one more fact that Salim अपने ending days में when he was very unwell, this is when Salim के बेटे को Celtic ने financial aid provide किया. तो मतलब this shows that Celtic remembers what Salim showed, the kind of talent and skill that he displayed, and this is where I really want Indian football fans to show some recognition and appreciation towards Salim as well. ठीक है, then let's move on to the second player. This is a more famous Indian player, and ये player को थोड़े Indians consider as the best Indian footballer of all time. I'm talking about the Sikkimese sniper Bhaichung Bhutia. Now, in 1999, Bhaichung Bhutia became the first Indian to score an official goal in English soil. Salim की मैंने बात की, but those 2 games were friendly games. This was when Bhaichung Bhutia scored his first goal for Bury FC, a team that was playing in the 3rd division of English football. They recently came in the headlines because of their financial troubles. So Bhaichung Bhutia, as I mentioned, signed for Bury FC in 1999, played for 4 seasons till 2003. He played a total of 37 games for Bury, in which he scored 8 goals. After which he returned to India, but again had a stint overseas in Perak FA in Malaysia. So yes, Bhaichung Bhutia, we know, or everyone knows him. As I mentioned, some people consider him as the best footballer of all time, Indian footballer of all time. So he's played in England, he's played for Bury FC, and this is quite a good achievement as well. Moving on to the current Indian captain, the current captain of the Indian national team, the face of the Indian national team, Sunil Chhetri. We all know him, we all know what an absolute legend he is. You know, scoring कितने हो गए 78, 79 international goals for India. You know, so consistently performing on a regular basis for Bengaluru FC, and probably 36 right now. However, his career outside India, his career overseas, is a complete shadow of his career in India. His overseas career spans across the story of three clubs. Firstly, I'll talk about Kansas City Wizards in the MLS. This was the first disappointment for Sunil Chhetri, even though usko itna bada break mila to play in USA in the MLS. He could play only one official game for Kansas City Wizards. सुनील छेत्री ने बोला कि वो उस क्लब के लिए बहुत सारे फ्रेंडली गेम्स खेला था जिसमें उसने हैट्रिक्स भी मारा था. बट व्हेन इट केम टू द ऑफिशियल गेम्स द मैनेजर प्रेफर्ड 4-2-3-1 फॉर्मेशन, जिसमें जो लोन स्ट्राइकर था के कमारा, ही वॉज अ टॉल फिजिकल लैड, समथिंग दैट सुनील छेत्री लैक्स. ही इज़ नॉट टॉल, ही इज़ नॉट द बेस्ट फिजिकली. सो इन द एंड ही हैड टू रिटर्न. The second one came from even more renowned club, Sporting Club Portugal, which is located in Lisbon. Many people know this club as Cristiano Ronaldo's first club. But इसका पहला disappointment तब था when he was straight away, you know, demoted to the B team. वो A team के लिए एक single appearance नहीं register कर पाया. And even in the B team, Sunil Chhetri के लिए life easy नहीं थी. Game time was very limited. This is because the B team coach, as was the case in Kansas City Wizards, he preferred a tall striker. Sunil Chhetri lacked the height to play in European football, and in the end, Sunil Chhetri ने सामने से club को request किया to terminate his contract and let him go back to India and you know, apply his trade in his homeland as well. The third thing that I'd like to mention is that there were reports that the English club located London, Queen's Park Rangers, a very renowned English club, they were also interested in acquiring the services of Sunil Chhetri. But as many people would know, प्रीमियर लीग का एक रूल है, इंग्लिश फुटबॉल का FA के द्वारा एक रूल है कि कंट्रीज अंडर 70 इन द फीफा रैंकिंग्स, उनके प्लेयर्स को वर्क परमिट नहीं मिलता. फॉर दिस रीज़न सुनील छेत्रीज मूव टू क्वींस पार्क रेंजर्स डिस्पाइट द इंटरेस्ट फ्रॉम द क्लब कुड नॉट बी सक्सेसफुल. Moving on to from the goal scorer of the Indian team to the goal stopper of the team, we'll talk about Gurpreet Singh Sandhu, as he applied his trade in the Norwegian First Division, playing for Stabæk FC for 3 years from 2014 to 2017. In the process, Gurpreet Singh Sandhu bane Indian player to play and game in the UEFA Europa League. Yes, the Europa League that we all know, the Europa League that we all see, जिसमें top clubs like Sevilla, Barcelona, Napoli are currently playing. उसमें Gurpreet Singh Sandhu played a single game for Stabæk FC, which is a Norwegian club. In 2014, when Gurpreet initially signed for the club, he was a second choice keeper, but soon उसके performances इतने improve होने लग गए कि he dispossessed the first choice keeper and became you know, the first custodian. However, the turning point came when there was a change in management at the club. This was when the new manager did not prefer Gurpreet. In the end, उसका जब contract expire हो रहा था, he did not see prospects of him continuing at the club. Gurpreet tried his best to continue in European football. He looked for multiple clubs, but जब उसको जवाब नहीं मिला, he had to against his will return to India and play for Bengaluru, जिसका वो अभी current number 1 keeper है. Rounding the video off, we'll talk about the 5th player, who is Sandesh Jhingan. Now, इसके बारे में मेरे पास बोलने के लिए ज़्यादा कुछ है नहीं, because this move was as recent as the summer of 2021. Yes, ये move अभी हुआ है, when Sandesh Jhingan, the Indian centre back, completed his move to the Croatian club HNL Sibnek. Yes, I'm sorry if मैंने वो pronunciation wrong किया है. It's HNL Sibnek. However, Sandesh Jhingan ने अभी तक एक single appearance नहीं किया है ये club के लिए. This is because of an injury. that Sandesh Jhingan has been carrying, उसको ये move complete होते ही ये injury हो गई, and because of which वो अपने treatment के लिए इंडिया return भी कर चुका है. But according to reports, we are hopeful that Sandesh will be fit and fine to return to the field, and we must see him in action the first week of January. So really looking forward to this one, because we all know how talented a player Sandesh is. I think the first season of Indian Super League tha, tabhi he won the Best Youngster award. A very tall, physically present centre back, जिसका game awareness अच्छा है, जिसका passing from the back अच्छा है, very strong aerially. So I have real confidence in Sandesh that he'll अपना झंडा गाड़ देगा in Croatia, and hoping for a very quick and steady recovery for him. ठीक है, then that was it for from our end today. This was my list. I listed down 5 players. All be players here who have played in abroad. We've got Subrata Paul, who Gurpreet Singh Sandhu, who was 4th in our list, described that was one of his inspirations to go abroad and play. There's Talon Sanjeev, who played in Portugal, and more players as well. But ये मेरे हिसाब से 5 सबसे renowned players थे. So ठीक है. Let me know what you think about this video. Let me know if you have any suggestions for more videos on this Indian football segment. And thank you for listening till the end. For more top quality football content, keep listening to the Football Parliament.